dude. He got pancaked by Kittle. Did you watch that? Oh my God,
No, I didn't see any of it.
Kittle just splooged all over him, just big
Wrecked
old
his world or
pancake.
what?
Yeah, like a fucking short stack with jizz for syrup. I mean, demolished.
Ooh, gross. That's gross. Um, so yeah, that was Vaughn's first game as a Ram. Is that what he is now?
Yes, he's a Ram, not a CSU Ram, but an LA Ram.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rams lost.
And he's not good anymore, or what?
No, he's been hurt. He hasn't played since like 2019. He's done. That's why I think that GM for the Broncos is G, because he got a second and third rounder for her. I can't believe he fucking did that.
Okay. Well, everybody there that's still tuned in, we're going to open the show today with a moment of silence for the show formerly known, the comedy masterpiece known as Saturday Night Live. Moment of silence.
R.I.P.
I think it's officially dead. Pretty sure it's officially dead. All right, so where are we at?
Every step you take, every mind you make, I'll be missing you. Ooh. Maybe I'll sing like tribute songs in the background very quietly.
Could you hear that?
No. When his life is over, I know I'll see your face. Every step you take, every fucking shorts the syrup, like demolished.
Ooh.
I heard that. I heard my own voice. Are you playing recording what I was saying?
Okay.
Well, that's right. I used to host Fear Factor, and now doctors fear me.
Can you help me, Joe?
Oh, sure thing, Big Bird. You see, I took Carlos Mencia down. I could take COVID. Here's some zinc, and ayahuasca, and some horse medicine.
Well, why would a bird take horse medicine?
I'm a human, and I took horse medicine. And I'm speaking of things that are horse-like. Today's two sponsors are the letters S and D, as in I can S my own D.
I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone. Rest in peace, SNL.
R.I.P. SNL. Man, how the mighty have fallen.
They haven't been too mighty like in a long time.
No, but that one was like, you're not even trying anymore.
No.
Like, I don't know. There was plenty of ways to make that funny,
and they
didn't get any of them. They hit on nothing.
No.
Boy. Yeah.
I feel like just a bag of shit burning playing would have played better than that turd.
Yeah, I think. But like, let's face it, though, a bag of burning shit usually plays pretty well.
Well, if somebody steps on it,
it plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of burning bag of shit, did you hear about the Duchess of Cornwall getting crop dusted?
No. Do tell.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Oh. Yeah, so I covered this last week. while it was still fresh, if you will. But apparently at this climate summit or whatever the fuck, was apparently basically shit himself in front of one of the royals.
Wait,
but a
who
lady
did?
And
You're breaking up. Who did?
Joe Biden.
No.
Joe Biden.
No.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
So would you say he's the reigning shitting champion?
He is the shitting president of the United States. I mean, he just keeps going. He just keeps going. And it's awesome. All right, so this is from Politico.
Oh.
This is actually the one that I read last week. But just so you know, I'm not making this up. I'll fill you in on the secret.
Would
Joe
you call
Biden's fart
Would you
and
call
other
it
embarrassing royal?
a stinky little secret?
It is a stinker. It's a real stinker. When you meet the Queen of England, you're not supposed to turn your back on her, presumably in the case she steals something. Clearly, when you meet the Duchess of Cornwall, you're supposed to fart. That's allegedly what happened when Joe Biden met Camilla at the COP26 climate talks. What does that stand for? I see that all like in the news quite a bit. COP26. What's that supposed to stand for? Do you know?
Yeah, that's Cops is on in Channel 26. That's why I'm sweating.
Oh, and presumably reducing emissions.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So that's allegedly what happened when Joe Biden met Camilla at the COP26 climate talks in Glasgow, with the U.S. president doing a terrible job at reducing emissions.
This is Politico wrote this?
Yeah. The Duchess hasn't stopped talking about Biden's fart, and an informed source told the Mail maybe the.
Oh my God, Matt, your fucking internet. God damn it. I'm like getting nothing.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Is the infrastructure going to pay for your internet? Because fucking, if not, I'm going to go fucking ape shit.
It probably not. Thanks, Joe Biden.
Okay, continue, I guess.
Yeah, so the Duchess hasn't stopped talking about Biden's fart, blah, blah, blah. It was long and loud and impossible to ignore. The Mail wrote about the... Yeah, so... Yeah, that was a real story.
Doesn't Joe Biden's face just always look like he's holding in a fart?
Mm-hmm.
He's like tight-lipped.
Yeah.
He's kind of squinting a little bit.
Yeah, and like I said, he is quickly becoming my favorite president of all time. Because, yeah, he is. Because he has now shit himself in front of the Pope and crop dusted the British royal family. I think if he just lays a turd right on the French president's feet, I think he's got to take the cake for greatest president of all time.
That's what'll seal the deal for you. Is shitting on macaroons fucking shoes. That's it. That's the epitome.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay.
Tell me that wouldn't be the best thing ever.
I don't know. Our own president throwing up on the prime minister of Japan is pretty fucking up there.
That was pretty legendary. I will. Yeah, good call on that. That was a real doozy.
I don't give a
Um,
shit. I was with the CIA. Read my lips. I will throw up on him again.
Bitch, I killed Kennedy. You think I'm worried about puking on a Jap? Get out of here.
That is, read my lips. That's small potatoes. Small potatoes.
Do we get a do we have to do another moment of silence for HW and killing Kennedy? I don't know.
No, let this be SNL's night. Let this be SNL's night.
Okay, SNL. You're yeah. Well, yeah. HW is already dead, so
We'll be
he
holding
has to.
a candlelight service for SNL later on.
Yeah. So did they didn't come up with a verdict in the
What was that?
they haven't got a verdict in no verdict in the Rittenhouse trial yet.
They have not. Yeah.
It'll be on fire at some point, I think.
Yeah. I'm no attorney, but usually when
Probably Portland too, for some reason.
The longer they take to deliberate, the more kind of favors the defense, I believe.
Yeah, it also kind of favors the defense when the prosecutor is holding his head in his hands. When your star witness basically admits that the only reason he got shot was because he pointed a gun at the kid.
Yeah. I didn't get this. Did you actually watch it?
No, I watched a clip of it, but no, I haven't watched the trial at all. That whole thing's just sad, man.
Oh, the whole fucking thing.
I want. Yeah, it's awful. Like, yeah, bad deal.
Almost as sad as your goddamn
but
internet connection.
It looks like nothing's that sad. Yeah, that's just a bad deal. I don't, but it's amazing how racist they all are. You know, they're so racist that they're fighting over a white guy shooting 3 other white guys, being presided over by a white guy. Isn't that weird? How it's all about race.
And all the lawyers are white. Every single one of them.
And all the lawyers. Yeah, and the defense attorney or the prosecuting attorney has terrible gun safety awareness.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, pointed an AR at the jury with his finger on the trigger, like terrible trigger control. Awful.
So I was watching. I don't know. I saw a picture from, can't remember, Babylon Bee, and it looked like the magazine was in. He didn't have the magazine in, right?
Well, let's find out.
I mean, but still, like,
do you remember what his name is? Kenosha.
I don't know, but he's got a cool kid's haircut though. Kind of looks like Jimmy Neutron. He's got the Jimmy Neutron cut.
No, there is no magazine in.
Okay, so it was just a fucking photoshopped picture. Make it look worse than it is. Shocker.
Must have been. I don't know why anybody would ever do that. Oh, damn it. The hell. I'm really boomering it up on the...
You are. Matt, are
Yeah,
you
man.
distracted by Murder, She Wrote? Do you want to go get your Metamucil before you go to bed there?
There we go. God damn it. Anyway, yeah, there he is, pointing an empty rifle at the jury, but still pointing a rifle at the jury nonetheless. Solid work there. Solid work of your taxpayer dollars.
That's fun.
Lovely stuff.
So, have you heard that
Yeah, it's just a fun time.
there's trouble in the Kamala Harris camp?
I've heard a thing or two, but do tell. I wish to hear.
Well, the gist of it is that they feel this is so fucking ridiculous. It just shows that not only are usually incompetent people hire competent people. I feel like in this case, in this White House, that's not the case. Even so with the vice president. So there's many in her camp that are feeling like she's being overshadowed, she's not being groomed. And I'm just like, have you not seen the last almost, 300 years of vice presidents to know that that's the case for most vice presidents? Like they're complaining about how she's getting these impossible tasks. Like, duh, that's every fucking vice president. Like you were outshined and you were seen as a moron. Like you didn't know this? Your staff didn't know this?
Yeah. There's a whole entire TV comedy series about it.
Right.
There's a satirical show called Veep.
And her,
yeah,
I was reading an article they were just complaining about how she's not being properly groomed and blah blah blah. And like even in the article there was a little bit of snark. It was like, well, Biden's dealing with other shit right now and doesn't have time to make sure Kamala gets her time to shine.
Yeah, you gotta let OK dogs get some shine out there,
Well, and then MSNBC was talking about this report by CNN, and they're totally throwing all of her employees under the bus. Not to think like, hey, maybe the dysfunction is Kamala Harris herself. Maybe she's incompetent. And then they brought on an argument about, well, she's the first woman.
You're a racist. You are a goddamn racist.
Well, no. It's probably sexist because then they came up and said, well, when you break through that glass ceiling, some people are going to notice and try to knock you down. I'm like, oh, my God. You can't criticize any of them. You're not allowed to criticize any of them. If you do, you're either sexist or racist. Like, you can't criticize Kamala unless you're sexist or racist.
Yeah, that's how political correctness works. It was first coined in the Soviet Union, by the way, the term political correctness.
Is that for real?
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, read I haven't read it all because it's a monster fucking book, but the Gulag Archipelago by I don't even remember his name now, but yeah,
Chuck.
It talks a lot about probably Igor Stevanovskivich. Probably said in that same Alexander Solzhenitsyn. I wasn't that far off.
You weren't.
I think I nailed that one. I nailed that one.
Fucking nailed it.
Yeah, there's it's amazing. There's I saw an article the other day that talked about how while vaccines still highly effective, we're unsure the correct number of shots before they truly reach like max efficiency or whatever, maximum efficacy. We just don't know yet. One day, if you keep getting enough of these little bastards, we'll find out what that happy medium is, and COVID be gone.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I'm going to get my booster shot because it was recommended by my wife
Okay.
and my infectious disease nurse friend. But that's near there.
No, I if that's what you're gonna do, go for it. I just don't see the need. But that's
McKinley,
me. But we don't know. We just don't know how many shots you'll need before you've reached maximum efficacy. We just don't know yet.
Yeah. I don't want to get into this.
What else we got? What else do you see in this past week?
Do you want the hypocrite of the week?
Let's hear the hypocrite of the week.
Hypocrite of the week is none other than our former great leader, Cheeto in Chief, Mr. Donald Trump.
What did he do now?
Now, so remember back in the day when all conservatives and people who were honest with themselves, like ourselves, were bitching and complaining about John Kerry basically doing his own diplomacy, even though he had no official office, and while Trump was in office. Do you remember that shit? When it came to like
maybe.
Iran, I think he was talking to either Iran or North Korea. Basically, he's doing his own diplomacy.
Trump is?
No, John Kerry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember something about that. There was a lot of shit.
Well, Trump bitched and complained about that, and now he's sending people, basically envoys, to Yugoslavia to do the exact same fucking thing.
Well, here's the thing, A-Dog. What we got here is a case of you not knowing what the fuck you're talking about. Donald Trump is simply days away from being restored as president of the United States. And you're lucky you could be hung for this type of slander.
You know what? This whole, Trump being put back into office is kind of like the California being underwater for the past 20 years. Like, it's any day now. Mm-hmm. Any day that California will be swallowed up, and any day that Trump will just rise like a phoenix back to his king chair.
To the right hand of God.
Yes, right hand of God. Excuse me.
Now, it's like the guy that predicts the rapture, and then every time his prediction doesn't come true, it's because his calculations were off. And if only the people were more faithful, his calculations would be better. So get your ass back to praying. So he can get his brain to work, goddammit.
Got it. The fucking savior.
Yeah. It's the basics of a cult. Basics of a cult.
Have you seen the clip? So apparently on Laura Ingram's show last night, she was talking with some dude. It was total like What was the comedians who did the Who's on First kind of skit back in like the 1930s or 40s?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. You'll have to see it. Basically, he was trying to explain to her that there's a show on Netflix called YOU. And he kept on trying to explain it to her. And she's like, there's no show called Laura Ingraham on there. And they just keep on fucking going back and forth. Finally, he just gives up and fucking just walks off.
Now, who was this again?
This is the Laura Ingraham. You might be able to pull it up. Look up Laura Ingraham interview.
Okay. And who was Fox News host mocked after hilarious blunder involving Laura okay.
It was like a 1940s skit. Like, who's on first?
Oh.
You're on first. No. Who's on first?
Oh. And they're just like a bunch of dum-dums, huh?
They're just a bunch of dum-dums, yes.
They're just a bunch of dum-dums.
Man, Patreon,
that's
you're getting your money worth tonight.
I'm trying to find this clip so I can understand what you're talking about, because it sounds like it should be funny, but the way it's coming across, I don't know.
All right, let me help you here, Boomer.
Yeah, send it to me.
Raymond Arroyo. That's who she was interviewing.
Okay.
This is so fucking stupid.
Oh! This dude has like a neck brace on now.
Who?
Raymond Arroyo. Oh, that was 3 years ago. Okay. Never mind.
Did Hill Dog take him out with Laura Ingraham?
She must have.
All right, McKinley. It's coming to your text message here.
Okay. I think I got it now.
This is so fucking... I wish people listening could see his fucking face, because it's just like... It's my face after arguing with my son about...
we're right in the middle of it.
A Corvette being a Camaro.
To the politics,
because he thinks all Corvettes are Camaros.
So
they're
today.
fucking not.
I was watching an episode of You where measles came up.
Wait. When did I mention measles?
I don't know. It was on You.
Wait, what was on me? What are you talking about? Right?
What are you talking about?
I never had the measles.
Was on You.
We never did a...
And he doesn't do a good job of explaining either.
Is this a joke?
I know.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It was on You. It was on You.
I've never had... Raymond, I've never had measles.
Like, dude, maybe she doesn't know what the fuck that is.
It was an episode of a show, Laura.
No.
What's it called?
You.
What is he talking about?
It's called You.
I've never done a show on measles. I just completely give up. We gotta get out.
It's a
show. Get out of here.
You on Netflix.
There's a show called Laura Ingraham on Netflix. What are you
Never
talking
mind.
about?
I'm moving on to Adele. I can't explain this to you.
Wow.
The pop singer had an open...
Huh.
Who's on first?
That was the... Who's on first? That might have been funnier than the SNL sketch.
It was.
That at least had some like legit humor to it.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck that was with SNL. Oh.
The only way SNL could do it on SNL is if they did it word for word. But then it'd be plagiarism, right?
Something like that. So I did hear the other day, or I read an article from Bloomberg, and it was it was talking about how America has become more, has started living more like Europe, and that's a good thing.
No, it's not.
And no, it's not. And then you read the article, and basically it's like, hey, get ready for inflation and not being able to buy stuff because it's not there because of inflation.
Yeah, they. I don't think this is transitory.
No, it's not. It's no, it's not transitory, and they're not even saying transitory inflation anymore. They used to, but yeah, they now they're just like, hey, it's here now. Now they're like, hey, inflation's a good thing.
It's
Good.
it
Real
comes
good.
back. It comes back to they're just. I feel like him and his crew. It's just a bunch of millennials that are just pitching these ideas to him, and he's like, "Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, let's run with that. Uh-huh. Yeah, let's go."
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So
Tate Traeger says, "What a clusterfuck." Well said, my man. Well said.
can we?
Um,
Me and Matt over the weekend had discussed a story that I thought was very compelling and important. So important because I myself has gone through experiences that can help this young man through experiences he may have. Would you like to introduce the story, Matt, of what happened?
oh, of the Don Lemon.
Yes, of the Don Lemon.
Is this the one?
This is the
Don
one.
Lemon.
Don Lemon.
Oh, so what would we say? An otter, a bear, and a lemon walk into a bar.
Yes.
Don Lemon, Megan Kelly. That's the
Oh.
one.
So little backstory.
That's the one I saw.
Yes. So apparently Don Lemon was out one night, and there was this young gentleman who is a bartender as well and went to the same bar that Don Lemon was at. And from the description, and let me give you a little, even more little backstory. I have lived. I have a gay cousin. I lived with my gay cousin for about a year and a half. Went to the gay bars with him. Found proper etiquette of what you should and shouldn't do as a straight guy in said bars. Having said that, it's very odd. Most gay bars, diving, kind of local gay bars, sound like a an Irish pub, and I think the bar that Don Lemon was in was called Murphy's, so it's got to be a hole in the wall local gay bar. It just has to be with that fucking name, Murphy's. So, gentleman goes in. Go ahead.
I say I think you're from what I understand of the situation. Yeah, it's in the Hamptons though, so a little Irish pub that where it's like $50 a beer.
Yes, so it's not even an Irish pub; it's like a Welsh pub.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes, and it's after hours. So him and his buddies, the bartender, go in, and he spots Don Lemon, and he offers to buy him a lemon drink. Well, a little backstory. So if you're if you're at a bar, at a gay bar, I'm assuming this is a gay bar, but if you're at a gay bar and nobody knows you're straight, and you go up to somebody to offer them to buy them something, they're probably going to assume that you're gay as well. Like that's probably going to be assumed. So
if you suck a dick in the wood and there's no one around, does it still make a sound?
I don't know, man. So, long story short, I guess I don't know if Don Lemon was offended by it, but basically the guy said he stuck his hand in his pants, rubbing himself aggressively, and then he shoved his 2 fingers underneath my mustache. I gave him a little stink smell right under the nose.
Stinky pinky.
Yes. And so this guy's reaction to all of this is he immediately runs out the door. Runs out the door. And his reasoning was, well, in situations like that, it's either fight or flight. So I flew.
I flew. Well, can we just watch this clip in its entirety?
Please.
Okay. It's a rather lengthy one, but I think it'll be worth it.
I watched this clip early in the morning in Glenwood Springs while I sipped on my coffee. It was quite tranquil.
You and George wrap up your shift at your bar and decide to go out for a late night drink?
Well, we had worked almost 2 weeks consecutively because 4th of July fell in the middle of the week that year. And we had worked for almost 2 weeks straight. So Sunday we came into work
this guy just
and
looks like
we had very little, if any, reservations on the books. So
he looks like
boss,
a guy who always
George,
got a participation trophy.
Gave us the night off. And so we went to Montauk for a little bit, and then we came to Sag Harbor, and that's when I encountered Don Lemon.
Okay. And those are towns in the Hamptons that are very popular with folks. So you walk into this
she's
bar
hot.
called Murph's, which I understand is very popular and sometimes with the celebrity set, though it's described
Not
as
Murphy's,
kind of a
but
dive
Murph's.
bar. Like it's not a fancy place. It's just popular amongst people who are
sounds
well known.
like a gay bar.
And did you see him right away when you walked in?
So I walked in and I saw him right out of the corner.
Oh no.
He walked in and then the end. Nothing here.
Yeah. Damn it, Twitter.
Did you get flagged already? Has this been banned?
I decided to approach him and I said, "Hey, Don, let me buy you a drink." And before he could even respond, I looked at the bartender and I said, "Let me get 2 lemon drops." And if anything, that was an attempt at humor. And I didn't mean anything derogatory or, I wasn't trying to harass him or,
He was being too cute.
Don looks at me and says, "I'm just trying to have a good time." And at that time,
This
I said,
dude
"Okay,
got
I'm
banged
sorry,"
by
and I
Don
walked
Lemon, I
away.
think.
And I thought that was the end of it.
Okay. And so why did you do that? Had you been a fan of his? Like what made you offer to buy him a drink?
This is the weirdest answer.
Honestly, I was just being cordial. I worked as a bartender, and part of your job is to engage with your guests and, just have a good time.
But he's
Everybody,
not
typically
working.
when they're at a bar or
So
a restaurant.
why is he being cordial?
Trying to just enjoy themselves. And I was just being friendly. It was just a hello. And I didn't mean anything derogatory towards it. But as soon as he said, "I'm just trying to have a good time," I walked away. And that was that.
What time of night was this?
You know what? I know if Larry the Cable Guy
approximately
is
about
in
maybe
my
10
bar,
p.m.,
I'm going
maybe
right over
9:30.
to him and buying him a PBR.
And could you tell
just
at
to be
this
cordial.
point, this particular point where you would offer to buy him a lemon drop, whether he was intoxicated?
I mean, it seemed that he had had a few drinks, that's for sure.
Oh my God,
How
Matt,
could you
he's
tell?
drunk in a bar.
He just was kind of like shaking his head, and he was like, he looked at me like, you're a bartender, you pick up on these things. People sit at your bar and drink all the time, and
He's
he
at
did not
his
look
bar.
sober by any means.
Bar.
Okay. So he declined your drink, and how far away were the two of you from one another at this point?
3 feet at the most.
And I'll ask you this because it becomes
That's
relevant
not
shortly.
socially
But
distanced.
for the record,
No,
are you straight?
Oh, yes. I have a girlfriend,
bullshit.
and once this is all behind me, we hope to get married.
Oh, no,
I'm
there's
sure
no
you
way.
Okay,
do,
so in no
Lindsey
way was this
Graham.
a sexual
There's no
come
way.
on by
This
you.
guy's too big of
Not
an
at all.
idiot.
Okay.
He's
And
got to
Don
be
is
straight.
openly gay and either engaged or married
No, he
to a
is
man.
straight.
So, and that's been well
He's-
established. Okay,
he's too
so
much of
it was
a-
basically just a friendly
He's too much
gesture.
of an
He declined
idiot. He
it.
seemed
And then
like
what
he
happened next?
just didn't know. He couldn't read
So I
the
walk around the
situation there.
bar, and about 5 minutes goes by, and he comes around the bar and comes up to me, and he says, pardon my
Eyes
language,
versus
but he says,
Lamont.
"Do you like me? Is that why
Wait,
you're
hold on.
fucking
Here,
with
pause
me?"
this real quick.
And I said, "No, I just..."
Okay,
Yes.
so is he working or not? Because I thought at the beginning of the segment he said after work they went to blah blah blah, and now he's talking about how
I
Don.
thought that's what it was too.
So then, why is he talking about Don coming around the bar? Does he mean like to the other side of the bar, or is this guy just being Tom Cruise in Cocktails? Like, oh, I'm a bartender. Like, does every bartender, if they go to a bar, that they're allowed to be behind the bar because they're a bartender?
It's bartender's code, dude.
Oh, okay.
Bartender's code.
Where the fuck is Red when we need him? He's supposed to fucking answer
I
these
know,
goddamn
it's-
questions. I have no clue what's going on.
Seriously.
to say what's up, and I was just like, "What's this guy's problem?"
It's
And
this guy's problem.
What's up?
I looked at my boss, and in that moment, he puts his hand down his pants and starts
Who's he?
aggressively.
Can you start that over?
Don.
You're talking about Don. Go ahead.
Yes, please start over.
After he says, do you like me? Is that why you're effing with me?" And I said, "No, I just wanted to say what's up, man." And I look at my boss, and I look back, and he has his hand in his pants, rubbing himself aggressively, and he shoves his 2 fingers up underneath my mustache, thrusts my
his head back.
and says, "Do you like pussy or dick?" And he said
Before
it like 2 or 3 times after that. And I just said, "What the hell, man?" And I just ran out the back door.
So, forgive my indelicate question, but when you say he put his hands down his pants, what kind of pants was he wearing, and how do you know what he was doing in there?
He was
What a
wearing
bitch.
shorts, and I mean, it was pretty obvious to everybody that saw him what he did. He was just rubbing himself, and
Megan Kelly thinks
with
you're a
impunity,
bitch right
just
now,
pushed his
dude.
hands up under my face enough to thrust my head back
Thrust my head back.
and
He's got the whiplash.
degrade me.
So he was rubbing his genitals, and then he shoved the fingers that he was doing it with in your nose and your face.
Did this guy never have like male friends?
Did
I
it
feel
strike
like-
you as something he had ever done before?
People are soft, dude.
I don't know anybody that acts like that in public and without any fear of what it might do to somebody or the consequences it might have. That's a
All right, dude. Okay. This is the same thing as what the fuck's his name from CNN? Not Jake Tapper when the Grab 'em by the Pussy tape came out, and when everybody was clutching their pearls and like, "Oh my God, I've never heard such language from a man before," and I was in a locker room. Well, shut the fuck up, Jake Tapper. Every dude on earth has said something similar to what Trump said in that situation. Fuck off, guy.
What? Yeah, like
And this guy is somebody that's gonna act like that, and fuck you, dude. You're a pussy. You got bitched out by a gay dude, and honestly, I got a little bit more respect for Don Lemon right now.
pattern,
Be a man, dude.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he's protected by the fact that he's African American, gay man on television, and I'm just some
He
nobody.
rubbed his dick. You stick a finger up
When
your
he
butthole and
touched
you
your
put that in
face,
his nostril.
Did he actually make
and you
contact
just say,
with
"I
your
win.
face?
One up
he
him.
pushed my
I
face
win.
back.
I
completely.
win."
Wow. And so, did you stumble back, or did you maintain your footing?
At this point, I had turned around and my back was to the bar, and he pushed me so forcefully that I was leaning up over the bar. And,
Matt,
after about 2 seconds of that, and him repeating,
It sounds like he's
what he said,
describing getting
P
fucked.
or D, P or D.
Yeah,
Matt,
yeah.
would
And
you
after all
would
that,
you say he's a survivor?
He's definitely a victim of being too gay. Like even Don Lemon would say, "Stop being such a fag, dude." Like you're being real gay right now.
I just like, what the hell? And I just ran out the back door. And, in certain circumstances, a lot of men would have reacted aggressively. And
Yeah,
that,
most.
in that split second, I had to make a decision. And, when you go through something like that, it's either fight or flight. And I chose flight.
I chose flight.
What a-
That's what it was.
What a fucking idiot.
You know what?
Oh.
I think you're onto something. You know what? If you get the stink under the mustache, you go right for your butt and then do it right back. I think you got something there. Like just one up
I
in
think
him.
so. You don't sue the guy. I mean, you don't go sue the guy. That's one thing you don't do. Jesus,
Yeah.
man.
The stink of Aaron's asshole
Have
is enough
some
punishment.
Right. Like, have some semblance of being a self-respecting man at some point, and do something besides sue the guy. Jesus. What a turd. What an absolute turd.
He chose flight. He chose flight.
He chose flight. Oh, and that makes him virtuous in today's society.
Sounds like one of the fucking
some people would have stood up for themselves, but not me. I said, not today, sir.
You know what? That's the type of dude that would allow his fiance to be struck on it, like that guy on the train. That's the same fucking dude. Be hit on the train. Remember that lady got attacked? That's that dude.
Yeah, she got raped on a train. And like people just videoed it. Nobody stood in to help.
Would she get socked like 4 or 5 times?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that dude.
Crazy. Yeah, people suck.
People do suck.
I was gonna say I should go through the Drudge report. I haven't been on Drudge lately, and we'll see what kind of like scare topics we got. COVID outbreak kills 8 in Connecticut nursing home. Fully vaxxed. Virus blizzard in Minnesota.
Virus
not
blizzard.
Looking good, man.
Virus blizzard.
Virus blizzard in Minnesota. Yeah. Pfizer, BioNTech, Moderna making $1,000 profit every second. I believe that.
Yeah.
Ping pong balls could determine mandate fate. Man. Yeah. California gas prices soared to record highs. Oh, here we go. This is interesting. This is from the Casper Star Tribune. Wyoming GOP votes to no longer recognize Representative Liz Cheney as a Republican.
I saw that. They totally cut ties.
Yeah. I was a closer vote than I would have assumed, though. 31-29.
All this like noise in the background and like the Rittenhouse case, and it's nauseating. We're so focused on that, but I've heard hardly anything about how and I texted this to Matt the other day. I said, you've got the Russians building up forces along the Yugoslavian border. You got fucking China building up forces, possibly in anticipation to invade Taiwan. And I texted Matt the other day. I was like, this frighteningly similar to 1920s. Inflation here and there, fucking just coming out of a pandemic. You know?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Enough to pucker your fucking asshole.
Well, and it's funny is it took one little dude that set off that whole powder keg back in like the original, like the World War One, when they assassinated Franz Ferdinand.
Right.
Like nobody on Earth except for like that little part of the world knew who the fuck Franz Ferdinand was. And boom. And yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of similarities though. I keep like the like the 1920s stock market crash was mostly due to speculation. And
and there's a
boy,
lot of speculation going on now.
I bought some stock the other day. That's how much speculation is going on.
What did you buy?
I bought some Black Rifle coffee.
Oh, okay.
They went public the other day. So,
What,
no,
what they
I had some AMC for a while.
Would they open at?
11. The first day they closed at 11:10.
Oh, 10 cents.
It's like no, 11.10, $11.10.
I know. You gain 10 cents.
Oh, no, it's it's at like 10.50 right now, I think.
Oh.
But anyway, they that kind of came out of nowhere. They went public, and now I think their listing was like 1.7 billion.
Wow.
So, yeah, pretty big valuation. I don't know exactly what that means, but if they do anything like they've been doing in the last like 5 or 6 years, I'll make some money off of that little investment.
I forgot what we were talking about.
I don't remember
the
either.
bubble. The comparison.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what's funny is you had George W. campaigning for Liz Cheney in Wyoming here like a couple weeks ago, and now you've got the Wyoming GOP voting to not even consider her a Republican. What a circus.
Right?
That just goes to show you how, like, if you have money and you can buy a seat, because I think it's quite obviously obvious that Liz Cheney spends very little time in the state of Wyoming.
She's like she's like Scott Tipton of Colorado.
Probably. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with him, but where's he out of?
Well, Scott Tipton was the one that Boebert unseated, and he was hardly ever.
Oh yeah,
here.
My girlfriend Lauren Boebert.
Yeah, your girl Lauren Boebert.
Is her name Boebert or Boebert?
It's Boebert, but
Boebert.
I like to call her Boebert.
Okay. I like Boebert. She seems more like a Boebert. I don't know what that means, but I like it. She is dumb as shit, but kind of hot.
Yes. Speaking of dumpster fires, I'm very excited to hear what the CBO score is going to be on that monstrosity of a what did they call it? Not the infrastructure bill, but the one after it. Is it the human bill?
Oh.
Could you would is that like what they're calling it? The human bill, probably? Some shit like that.
Probably. Let me see.
I can't wait till that CBO score comes out, because Then the lies come through, just saying like, "Oh, this is already paid for. Oh, it's only $1.7 trillion." No, it's probably more around 4 or 5.
That's Congressional Budget Office for anybody not in the now.
Oh yes, apologies.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's like everything the government does. It's okay. $1.75 trillion. What are they calling it?
Oh, read this headline. This fucking headline's hilarious. Leaders hope to vote by week's end,
okay.
but the CBO has yet to give a final score. Yeah, like they don't give a shit about how much it costs. Let's pass it. You have to pass the bill to know what's in the bill.
Oh, yeah. And in the meantime, there's also the dude that I think he was like a lawyer or something for the Clinton campaign got indicted over this Steele dossier thing.
Steele dossier.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so there you got. That's neat.
I sent you over that article. How it says Washington Post issues massive correction about Steele dossier, says it cannot stand by the accuracy of the 2 stories. Oh my God, the fucking investigative journalism is dead, or just any general journalism.
Just honest journalism in general.
I
don't want unbiased journalism. I want honest, like just honest. I don't like be biased. Just let us know that you're biased. That's fine. Right. I don't care. But just don't bullshit me. That more than anything, just don't bullshit me. And there's so much bullshit. Much bullshit going on.
Before we present this story tonight, I just want you to tell you that I hate the Clintons. Having said that, and then go into your fucking story. And then immediately she drops dead because Hill Dog doesn't put up with that. Boom.
Hill Dog just drops the hammer. Drops the hammer.
It's like a play, you know. One of the stage lights just falls on the anchor as soon as she talks bad about Hill Dog.
Yeah. Yeah, it just like a one of the sandbag just comes out of nowhere and takes her head off.
And then Benny Hill plays after.
What's the deal with the Poland-Belarus border? I keep seeing the headlines, but I have not delved into that. Do you know anything on that?
No. Is Russia involved in some way, shape, or form?
Well, I would assume so, but
I know nothing
about it. Violence erupts on Poland-Belarus border as Polish guards fire water cannon on migrants throwing rocks and responded with their own sausages. I made up that last part, but
does it seem believable? It does.
It does. And let's see. Violence erupted at the Poland-Belarus border on Tuesday as migrants desperate to cross into the European Union threw stones at Polish border guards who responded with water cannon and tear gas. I don't know.
It said
apparently the Belarusians and the
it's not even the Belarusians. They got one kid from he's a Kurd from Iraq. So on Tuesday, Rawand Akram, a 23-year-old Kurd from Iraq, snapped. He and hundreds of other desperate and increasingly angry migrants marooned at the border and egged on, he said, by Belarusian security forces. Oh, so he's claiming that the Belarusian security forces are just pushing them towards Poland, and then Poland's just opening up water cannons on them. Oh, that's nice.
Huh. And this guy's like a Middle Eastern immigrant.
Yes, he's a Kurd from Iraq. I wonder why he's leaving there.
Yeah. I think you might start seeing that shit down on the border soon. I'm not gonna lie.
So, okay, little side question. Kurds were the one in Iraq that were being persecuted, right? It was the Kurds, right? Because they're the minority, or what is it? Do I have that wrong?
They're one of the minorities. They're a Sunni majority region, but they're also kind of like, more than anything, they want to be like they want to have Kurdistan. So that'd be like Iraq and Syria. I know,
but was it that? But I can't remember.
Geography.
Was it? What somebody in the government was not treating the Kurds right. I may be thinking about Afghan. I can't remember. I feel like that. I thought it was Iraq.
Well, it was when Trump wanted to pull out of Syria. The media really came at him for not standing up for the Kurds.
That's right.
And they were saying that Turkey was just going to slaughter the Kurds. And that never really happened. The Kurds actually kind of made a deal with Assad, and as they're still doing their thing over there.
Okay, sorry about the side note. I knew
media.
I knew they were being persecuted somewhere. I thought it was Iraq. Never mind.
It's Iraq and Syria both. But yeah, they're definitely like a persecuted minority over there.
Okay.
Because like Syria, like the rest of Syria doesn't like them. The rest of Iraq doesn't like them. Turkey fucking hates them.
Yes.
And yeah, and they were allied with us, and all of those, therefore the Kurds are hated even more. So I don't know. Yeah, we kind of fucked them. Not gonna lie, we kind of fucked them.
Crazy. So Belarus is like pushing them towards Poland. Apparently, Poland and Belarus don't like each other, so they're just Belarus is pushing the border. Polish guards are just spraying them with water. Like it's almost like a big fuck you using these migrants, like a pissing match using the migrants. What the fuck?
I mean, I kind of respect that.
What? Why?
I mean I mean, if you're gonna go big, go big, go big or go home.
You know why you respect
Fuck
it,
you,
McKinley?
Poland. Have some migrants. What's
you
that?
know why you respect it so much? Because that is probably the pettiest shit any government could have ever pulled. It's like, no, you take them. No, you take them.
Right.
The petty meter is on like a 15.
Yeah, it's like it's just like some of those like that's pettier than some of Trump's tweets, because there was a whole bunch of shit that like and don't get me wrong, I loved every minute of it because like Trump's funny, and so like there was like shots he did not need to take.
No.
But he would anyways because he's just that petty. And I feel like that's what this is. Between Poland and Belarus, she's like, fuck you, Poland.
Wait.
Guess what? Fuck you again.
Is Trump president of Belarus right now? Is that maybe that's where he rose like a phoenix?
He has ascended to the right hand of God in Belarus. We're back, baby. We're back.
Oh my god.
Oh man, Those military tribunals finally paid off. Finally paid off. We have come full circle.
See, that's
so
where...
when does Belarus invade us? Does Trump lead the invasion?
That's even that's bad reporting too, because they kept on saying American court systems. Obviously not. It's Belarus court systems.
Yeah. Belarusian.
I have a hard time saying Belarusian and then skis.
Belaruski. I like
Bellas.
Looking Belaruskis.
Bellas.
I like that one. Bellas. Oh, that's where I was headed for. Drudge Report. See what other hate and scare tactics we got. Speaking of the Russians, they apparently the Russians admitted destroying a satellite with a missile.
What? Whose missile?
Yeah, did you know that? I don't know. This is from AFP. I don't know who that is. Do you know
Americans
that
for Prosperity.
news outlet?
Americans for Prosperity.
Okay.
No, I doubt it's them, but that's the name of a Koch brother organization.
I know AFP, like their, and maybe it is their logo. I don't know, but it doesn't. Russia on Tuesday admitted to destroying one of its satellites during a missile test, but rejected U.S. accusations it had endangered the International Space Station. Huh. I'm gonna go ahead and bury my head in the sand on that one, because Russia's got a bunch of nukes, and now we got a bunch of nukes, and starting to feel like the Cold War all over again, and I'm just going to bury my head in the sand on that one, because I don't want to be nuked. So if it's going to happen, I just don't want to know about it.
You don't want to be extra fried and crispy?
I'm going to be, but I just don't want to know about it.
Here, talk amongst
yourselves. Can you imagine?
Daddy's got to pee.
Picture. Okay. We're in Cold War 2.0. Russia is now, instead of putting missiles in Cuba, they're putting missiles in Mexico or somewhere. And Joe Biden, he's meeting with who over in Europe still has a monarch besides it's like Denmark or Belgium, I think they have. He's meeting with some foreign dignitary.
All the Anglos.
And he shits himself.
All the Anglo countries, I'm sure.
He shits himself at the exact moment a picture is being taken, and at that exact moment is when the first strike of World War III happens. And so there's just like a giant mushroom cloud right behind Joe Biden as he's shitting himself in front of the Queen.
What?
I mean, I would buy that and I would buy that picture and hang it right here. I'd buy that all day long.
You know what? The only way to do it justice is if it was a 4x6, or even, you know what?
Yeah,
like just actual size.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then if there could be a way like you could make that maybe like a hologram or something, so then like every now and then like you put the goggles on Joe Biden or you could put goggles on the Queen or something. You know, change it up a little bit. Make it an interactive art.
Maybe they have a cowboy outfit.
Maybe. Yeah, it'll be like the old West photo get up deals. Like where you go get your saloon picture taken with your family. But instead of taking a saloon picture, take a picture behind, right next to, old crazy Uncle Joe as he's shitting all over the Queen of England.
I want one if it came with a astronaut costume set. I'd buy that. I'd buy that all day.
All right, so I have not seen either one of them, but are you going with Bezos or Elon as far as space outfits go?
Just like not even seen one, just judging.
I'm going Elon.
Oh yeah, Elon.
Elon all day long.
I feel like Elon is kind of like us, where I would choose a superhero costume looking thing, and I feel like that's what Elon would do too. He would go. He'd like have a super tight, like Superman looking fucking outfit, and I'd be like, yep, that's what I want to. Mm-hmm. Put some extra socks in the front bulge there.
He purposely made his rockets pointier to just for his own shit and giggles.
Made him pointier?
Yeah, and I think it was it had to do something with a movie. It was because like an ode to a movie. And it's something me and you, some stupid shit that me and you would do. Like I named my dog Audrey just strictly off of Anchorman. And that's the shit that Elon Musk does.
Or like if
he
I
has
had
plaid
ungodly amounts of money and had a super building, I would request that the architect have like little dicks just in random places. It's almost like a scavenger hunt. Can you find all Aaron's dicks? If I had a building built.
Yeah. Well, and I want to. Yeah, I think you're onto something like that, and I'd also like to have a transgender branch of the military, but like it's like where you have to have the same qualifications as all of our like special operations guys, except you have to have like a giant pair of fake tits, and we just call it the Transforce.
You told me about this idea previously, the Transforce idea.
Yeah, just Transforce. Yeah. Because if we're gonna have a bunch of transgendered people in the military, let's make them as frightening as possible. Because we want people to feel the fear of the military, right? That's the idea.
Yes, fear. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you get some jacked human, like 8-pack. Triple D tits and a raging boner, it's gonna frighten somebody, I guarantee you.
I feel, wouldn't it be more frightening if you had like just a male and then you gave him whatever the ooze was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to make his dick like grotesquely large, and like he's running at you, and then there's just like the fear is like, oh my God, he's either gonna beat me with that thing or fuck me to death. I feel like that would be more frightening. Let's get that super shredder ooze going and get that thing growing. Like and it'll go along with Randy Marsh's testicles. So we'll need microwaves and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Then they could bounce. Can you imagine that thing bouncing your way? That'd be terrifying.
Oh, it would be terrifying.
Problem solved.
Yeah, it's so. Can you imagine an army of those things? And a whole army with the most sophisticated weapon systems on Earth? Holy shit, dude! Now we're in Science Squanch territory. Science Squanch territory.
Can I be the tester for the ball growth and the dick enlarger?
You just want to see how big it can get.
Right. Like I don't have any problems with size, like happily married with kids, but I just want to see how fucking
Yeah,
absurd
yeah,
it
yeah,
can
yeah.
get, you know? Can I be
Yeah.
the test case?
Not for me asking for a friend.
My friend was wondering if he could have a monster dick.
My friend, the guy with the little dick, he was asking me a question the other day.
I mean,
By the way, that goes out to Adam Spindle. He signed up on Patreon the other day at the big Swingin' Richard level. So shout out. Yeah. So there you go. Dick joke of the week for you, buddy.
Well, you know, it was either fight or flight, and I chose flight.
it just sucked right back up inside you, and you ran away.
It just went into a little turtle shell.
Little turtle shell just went into hiding.
Little pud.
Little bitty pud. Little pud. How's Tim? How's Tim doing?
I don't know.
Speaking of little
puds.
puds.
So question, Matt McKinley. If Tim keeps on going to the Broncos games and Nick keeps on going to the Broncos games and the Broncos keep on losing, what's the deductive reasoning behind the Broncos losing?
Well, as much as I would love to blame it on Tim and Nick, they do have Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback.
But it's the Eagles suck. They're so bad.
Yeah, so are the Broncos.
Yeah, they are too.
Yeah, I don't know. They kicked the shit out of the Cowboys the other day, who were pretty good, and then they suck it up against the Eagles. I don't know. That's the Broncos.
So,
I don't know.
Those jackasses are doing just fine. We did I talk about what we did on for Tim's birthday?
I saw a video of something or other.
The gobbling.
I texted Tim. Yeah, and don't feel bad. I know I called you a day late on your birthday, but I also texted Tim a day late on his birthday because I don't know what day it is anymore. So
at this point,
fucking sue me, all right?
At this point, we're dudes in our 30s. Like I could care less who calls me on my goddamn birthday.
I forget my birthday if my wife doesn't mention it.
So Friday.
At this point, what's the point of it?
So on Friday we went out and we played. I don't know if you've ever played. I don't even know what it's fucking called. Basically, it's golf rules for a pub crawl. So, for instance, at the Les had it all planned out what we were going to do, and we went out for the listeners. We went out for Tiny Tim's Pud birthday. He turns 50 this year. He's an old fuck. We went out and we did
He is old.
He is super old. So we did a pub crawl, and it was golf rules. So at the first bar, you had to your drink of choice was, let's say, like a Coors Light, and let's say it was a par 3. So in order to get par for the course, you had to drink your drink in 3 gulps. So knowing our group and me, fucking, they were all hole in ones. Just fucking slam down. And my wife came out too, and at after the 3rd bar, when everybody's just chugging their fucking drinks, Les turns to my wife and said, "Well, geez, I didn't think they would go this hard." She says, "Have you met these guys?"
Yeah.
So we continued the whole night. of course, Nick left early, and we started yelling shame out the door. Fucking
Good.
Tim got too fucking sauced.
How's Nick's fake girlfriend?
I don't know. He doesn't tell me.
Does he
Apparently,
have...
only him and I don't know. I honestly I don't know. Only apparently him and Tim talk about it. Obviously, you know, Tim's his Uncle Phil to his Oprah. I don't know. So I could
Tim's
not tell you.
Great one for relationship advice. He's got about 80 years worth of them.
Oh man, I wish everybody knew our group, because I think the crew would have fucking died on that.
Tim.
God, I hope Tim listens to this one. Just for that comment.
I think he will. He usually does. Yeah. Why don't we'll call that good for the main one, and then
let me tell you how much of a jackasses we looked. We were at the bar, and one of the drinks was an old fashioned, and I felt like such a fucking putz. I had to explain to the good looking bartender that we were playing a game, and I'm not a total schmuck where I just fucking shoot one shot of a old fashioned. Long story short, Tim did not make it through all the holes, because even though Tim claims to be Irish, he can't drink worth shit. But we had a good time.
Good times were had.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, what a creature. What a creature.
He's something.
So what is he? Was that his 40th?
No, 30, 38, 39.
He's still in his 30s? I thought he was older. I thought this was his 40.
Oh, no,
anyway.
he's
old as 30. Fuck. That's all we know.
He's 39, yeah.
Okay. 39.
Still going strong, unless he falls down the stairs again.
Yeah, well, hey, fuck you, Tim.
Fuck you, Tim.
Daylight. Pew.
Burn the shit out of it. Eat a dick, Tim.
Eat a dick.